Have you ever wondered why some teenagers turn to drugs? In our journey to understand this, we delve into a myriad of reasons. Among these, peer pressure stands prominent. The desire to belong, to fit in, can sometimes lead teenagers down this treacherous path. Equally potent is the silent villain of stress. The pressure to perform, to meet expectations, can push teenagers into the deceptive comfort of drugs. It's an escape, a retreat from the relentless demands of life. Then there's the thrill of experimentation, the allure of the unknown. This curiosity can often act as a gateway to drug use. It's a harsh reality to acknowledge, but drug use among teenagers is far from uncommon. It's a widespread issue that transcends borders and social classes. Understanding why teenagers turn to drugs is the first step in preventing it. Acknowledging these reasons isn't an endorsement, but rather a call to action. It's a plea for understanding, for empathy, and ultimately for intervention. But what happens when a teenager begins to use drugs? This question opens the door to a labyrinth of physical, mental, and emotional consequences that can drastically alter the trajectory of a young person's life. Physically, the impact is immediate and profound. Many drugs are toxic, causing damage to vital organs like the heart, liver, and brain. They can also interfere with a teenager's growth and development, potentially stunting their physical maturation. This damage isn't always visible to the naked eye, but it's insidious, gradually eroding a young person's health. But the effects of drugs aren't just physical, they're also psychological. Substance abuse can lead to mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and even psychosis. These conditions can make it difficult for a teenager to concentrate in school, maintain healthy relationships, or simply enjoy life. Drug use can also disrupt a teenager's sleep patterns, adding to their stress and exacerbating any underlying mental health issues. Emotionally, drugs can create a roller coaster of highs and lows that leaves a teenager feeling out of control. The temporary high from drugs often gives way to a crushing low, a cycle that can lead to addiction. This emotional turmoil can fracture relationships with family and friends, leaving a teenager feeling isolated and hopeless. Moreover, drug use can have far-reaching implications for a teenager's future. It can jeopardize their academic performance, limiting their educational and career prospects. It can also lead to legal troubles, which can have lifelong repercussions, and perhaps most tragically, drug use can rob a teenager of their potential, their dreams, and their hope for the future. The impact of drugs on a teenager's life is not just temporary. It is a ripple effect, touching every aspect of their life and often extending far into their adult years. This is a sobering reality we must confront for the sake of our youth and the future of our society. The impact of drugs on a teenager's life can be devastating and long-lasting. Let's remember this truth as we continue our exploration into the world of teenage drug use. So, how can we break the cycle and help teenagers stay away from drugs? The first step in this endeavor is open communication. It sounds simple, but it's surprising how many of us overlook this vital step. Open communication means creating a safe space for teenagers to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or punishment. It's about asking questions, listening, and responding with empathy and understanding. It's about making them feel seen, heard, and valued. But open communication is just the beginning. We also need to set clear expectations. It's not enough to simply tell teenagers not to use drugs. We need to explain why. We need to help them understand the consequences of drug use, both immediate and long-term. We need to paint a vivid picture of the potential impact on their health, their relationships, and their future. But more than that, we need to provide them with alternatives. Healthy ways to cope with stress, to have fun, to feel accepted and valued. Then there's the role of positive role models. Teenagers are influenced by the people they look up to. Parents, teachers, coaches, older siblings. These are all people who can make a big difference in a teenager's life. By setting a positive example, by showing them what it means to lead a healthy, fulfilling life without the need for drugs, we can provide them with a blueprint for their own lives. But let's not forget, we're not in this alone. It's a community effort. Schools, sports clubs, community organizations, all of these can play a crucial role in helping teenagers stay away from drugs. They can provide support, resources, and opportunities for positive engagement. They can help to create an environment where drug use is not the norm, but the exception. So let's break the cycle. Let's give our teenagers the tools they need to make informed decisions about their own lives. Let's show them that they are not alone, that they are valued, and that they have a whole community standing behind them. Preventing drug use among teenagers is a community effort. But what if a teenager is already using drugs? Where can they turn for help? Well, the first step is acknowledging the issue. From there, numerous avenues of support await. Local health clinics often have resources available, including counselors and therapists who specialize in substance abuse. They can provide guidance, strategies, and a safe space to talk about the struggles one might be facing. Schools, too, are a good source of help. Teachers, school counselors, or even trusted peers can offer support and provide the necessary guidance. In addition, there are numerous hotlines available round the clock to offer confidential advice. These include the National Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Helpline and the Partnership to End Addiction Helpline. The important thing to remember is that reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It is, in fact, a brave step towards regaining control of one's life. Help is out there, and it's never too late to seek it. It's clear that the issue of drug use among teenagers is a complex one. This conversation has taken us through the labyrinth of reasons, consequences, and possible solutions concerning this critical subject. We've explored how a myriad of factors such as peer pressure, curiosity, and even stress can push teenagers towards drugs. We've also delved into the far-reaching implications of drug use, from health issues to the erosion of relationships and potential. But most importantly, we've underscored the power of breaking the cycle, of stepping in and offering the right support, guidance, and love. Whether it's through open conversations, positive reinforcement, or professional help, there are numerous ways to assist our teenagers in avoiding drugs or seeking help if needed. It's a journey that requires patience, understanding, and relentless commitment. And remember, this is not a battle fought alone. Together we can help our teenagers navigate this challenge and build a brighter future.